Where's the channel? Where's the channel? There we are. Let me check first of all if my quality is good, actually. Let me check first of all if my quality is good. Yeah, should be fine. Alright. So, first VOD review actually to any team. This is Mirai Tier 2, which I'm reviewing right now and focusing mainly. I know some players in the enemy team, but I'm gonna completely focus on Mirai. So what we see is first point, of course. Forgot the name of the map. I think it's Uni, should be University. We see Ryan, Zarya, Kree, Ana, no, Bab Lucia actually. I don't know what the last pick is on the enemy team. And we see, oh, Soldier. So we got Ryan, Zarya, Soldier, Kree, Bab, Lucio, if it stays like this. And on Mirai's side, we have Moira, Lucio, Reinhardt, D.Va, Junkrat, and Doom. So far, not bad. It can work. Problem is that you got a lot that can get countered because if the fight carries on, let's say if the fight carries on, what is gonna happen? For example, what you have to do here with that comp that Mirai is playing is bursting out the enemy team because you have a Doom that will go in, which isn't a problem. Doom can work here, but Doom has to preferably fight on right side with the team, which I hope they are gonna do. That they first take right side and not point, because on right side the Doom can work and the Junkrat can spam out. The problem here only is that two things have to happen. Rather, they get a fast pick immediately, or this is probably the only solution that should work, because if it takes a longer time for them to get a pick, it's way more dangerous that this team, at least heal perspective wise, go out of resources, because Mirai is playing a Moira and the other team is playing a Baptiste, which means that they have more heal resources and they have Lamp. I don't have anything against the comp. The only probably difference I would do is maybe a Bab, because with that the Junkrat has even more value to work with, because and even the Reinhardt and D.Va can brawl longer. The Junkrat can spam longer, and the whole fight can take longer because you won't go out of resources that quick. Okay, a little change. They're playing Reaper now. Yeah, very problematic now, because you certainly don't have a pick against the Reaper. Not a counter pick exactly. So what is gonna happen is, for example, if the Reaper, we just gonna see in the fight, that an upcoming fight, if the Reaper takes an off angle, like for example, if the team brawls on the left side in a small room now, which I hope is gonna happen, and the Reaper, for example, takes an off angle from the right side or something else, Aaron, the D.Va, has to not take care of the Reaper, but also focus them sometimes when it comes to Matrix and peel. because you don't have a certain hero on your team right now that can be a danger for the Reaper. Like he can just annoy our Reinhardt from the right side and can't get away with it because he can just fade away without a stun or something else. So yeah, if such things happen, it's fine, but it makes a hard job for Aaron because he has to focus the Reaper and take care also that he doesn't get beamed down by the Zarya. And also, of course, support as Reinhardt in the brawl.
2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Hey there. Gonna make you feel better. Find the story.
So far, so good. Like I said, things what should happen happened. That we got a fast pick with Doom. Problem is now. Actually, dude, how do I? Okay, there we go. Sorry. Yeah. Problematic situation is, well, kind of problematic. We got the pick for. Actually, it's not problematic. I'm wrong. The only thing is that our jungler is wrong, low, and Lucio's kinda here, Mateo. But he's out of spot, so he can't be shot. Yeah. You guys got the first pick, which means the speed. I would just wait, honestly, so everyone is healed up, and then make the Rhine speed up on the rest. And Junk has a good way now to spam just this window here, because Rhine is taking the fight here. His team, for some reason, is here. And yeah, like I don't get why they're like on this window with the Rhine, but on this alone when they knew they have a Junkrat. But we're gonna see what's happened now. So far is that two options again. Rather we heal everyone up, and then as soon as Mateo has amp, we're gonna amp on them. So far, so long we have to pick out advantage, Jesus. Or we just play a little bit more passive and let the jungler do the work and just spam them out. Because like I said, they used Lamp, Reinhardt is chilling here, and the whole team has literally no cover to get away from the Junkrat mines. The only thing they can do is literally like go all over here, which they would still take damage from the Junkrat if he continues to spam, or they back completely out. And go main, which is also kind of difficult because they don't have to lose your speed anymore. Nice pick. What is kind of happening here by John is that what he's doing right now is that he's just like trying to pick slow picks. What is good now, but you already got a 2-pick advantage, which in my situation would just call it to back off and don't risk to get picked. Because if you look, for example, where our Moira is and where the rest of the team is, if John takes now a huge amount of damage, which can happen because the Zarya's bubbled, the possibility is high that he's gonna die now, which we're gonna see. In this situation where you have a 2-pick advantage, I would just back out, because logically they have to back out too, because they lost 2 people and they have to rearrange their setup now.
The objective is now active.
Yeah, like I said, what happened happened. They're just gonna back out and group up again. So far, very good first fight. What I would say from Aaron, maybe, for example, just a little tip is if he has, if he's a little bit low HP, especially on this point, and you have won this point, to not make Effie already use up all her resources before the next fight even starts. Like, you have the Diva boosters, you can just like fly down on this Mega, get up at the same time again, and you'll be full HP, and Effie has more resources for the next fight. But so is that for every person that could do it. Like Doom could do it too if he would be low, but yeah, Doom or D.Va could do it to maybe help Amora to not use a lot of resources. So far, nice. What I like and hate, it's like a double-edged sword, is the off angle from Edgy. It can work, taking this off angle, but at the same time, you don't have to forget that this is a brawl comp right now. And this brawl comp, the whole sense is that you play with your Reinhardt. Because no matter if you take that angle, of course you can also shoot at enemies, but so can you here. Even maybe get the Junkrat and still spam on these people. And you have the protection of Reinhardt shield as well. What happened to Matteo? I haven't watched that. Where's Matteo?
The objective is now active.
I rate the attempt. I rate the attempt. It's like it's not something that you should do, but wait, what's that, Matteo? Or am I stupid right now? Carrying effect. So what happened here? Aaron picks the Reinhardt. Matteo gets killed by the Kree. We can't kill... Yeah. So what happened is that Verted was too far in. Maybe not too... and it's rather that Verted was too far in. Or Effie was too far away. It's a sign of communication problems, I would say. Because all the Verted has maybe to say is, I need healing, or I'm low HP. So Effie knows that, okay, let me focus healing on my Reinhardt. I don't know if Effie has the resources right now. It can also be that Effie, as we see, has no resources right now. Not even Bubble, I assume. Yeah. Also a communication thing. If you play Moira, Moira's fine. Moira can build up call very quickly with such a brawl comp, but if the Moira has no resources anymore, call that. Because if the Moira basically says, I don't have any resources, play a little bit more passive, the Reinhardt will back off. Because as we saw, we had the pick advantage. Before Matteo lost the 1v1. We had the pick advantage, so there was no reason that we would lose this fight. Especially when Effie would say, I don't have any resources. Verta would just basically back off on point. Junkrat would back off to our Rhine, and so does Jun. And so would Matteo. Matteo could actually also speed back our Reinhardt on point. Also kind of unfortunate that Matteo lost this 1v1. It's fine if you would have won that, but losing that was a little bit of a throw. Because as you see, maybe the Lucio speed, amp speed, or the amp healing could have maybe saved your Rhine. but it's only things I talk that could have happened. We don't know it exactly. Big pick from Doom. So what I would do here from a team perspective is just try to back off as much as possible, because at this rate you're 2 men down, but you have 4 heroes that can back out fast. D.Va with the boosters, Mora with the Fade, Jungler with the Mine, and Doomfist just with his punch. Like, you could back out basically. That's what I would do, at least. You could back out until like here kinda, and gave them the point even. But you can group up with your team immediately and take next fight. But what is happening now is probably Aaron gets demagged and the rest of the guys are getting picked too, and then the group up takes longer. Yeah, this is basically what's gonna happen now. Actually picked that I use Graph. That is a big throw actually, because they won the fight. They literally won the fight. There was no reason to Graph. It could have just been like a speed up from Lucy and then a safe cleanup, but yeah, using the Graph makes the next fight easier. Matteo. I don't want to be harsh, but Effie in this situation just look at which teammate is there, because yeah, you're calling but only Reinhardt is there. You're Reinhardt. If it is from a stall perspective, I rate it if you want to stall like this, but normally just don't stall it with call. Stall it normally, or even back off of your Rein. Because if you would back off and still have call, you could group up with your whole team and the next fight push it with call. Because at this point, if you look at the team's ultimates, they don't have a lot to protect themselves from a fight that gets speed up with call. Like, you have sound barrier coming up, you would have call, and you would have meteor strike. So you have Mateo's sound barrier, like would have it in an upcoming fight, to save your team if something's gonna happen, like, I don't know, Iron can't get to the creator to sign Nooning or something else. But you could push them down with the call, just like speed vert it in with call so that he can take the brawl fight. And the only danger would be maybe window high noon. Like, from a stall perspective, like I said, it's a nice stall, but it would be better to stall it with a call, because you could start the next fight with call and probably even win it, because you would have the healing advantage.
Hello.
This is also a communication thing, maybe. Like, I wasn't at the scrim, so I can't say anything. But just for example, if Verted would have said, okay, everyone backed out, everyone stall, don't use any ultimates, it might have helped. Just might have. But we'll see, we'll see. Big pick from Doom. Kinda fucking psychopath move to punch into the fucking window with lamp especially too, but you got a pick, I rate it. It's still a bit dangerous though. What I would do in this situation is just, instead of taking the full force of the window, what Edgy's doing, basically. Not alone again. Edgy, you're fucking off angle sometimes. Yeah, Matteo just, or like Verted and Matteo, basically Matteo has just to speed the team kinda to this position. And all you have to do is just wait for the window to end, and then you can push.
Meteor strike!
Matteo, come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Let's go! Yeah. Still won the fight. This was like there was only two possibilities. Rather Matteo beats, so you could survive the window that you're walking into, or like I said, just take that corner over there so you can hide from the window. But I mean, fight is still won. And if you look at ults, they also have the ult advantage right now. With Shadow upcoming, Taya, and Bomb. Important for the next upcoming fight would be the ult management. Like ult track and ult management is like one of the basics that every team should have a role for. Like, I don't know, for example, the off tank takes the ult management, like predicts what ults the enemy team might have used or have like upcoming, so Verted can adapt to it. Like, for example, if Aaron just tells, for example, they used Shatter, maybe if Verted forgot it or something, the main tank can be a stressing role, then Verted knows, okay, I don't have to fear it that much to put my shield on because they don't have Shatter. But also, then like that is the ult tracking part. The ult management part is that you don't use all three ults right now. Maybe Shatter is allowed to go with something else, like I don't know, bomb Shatter, for example. If the Rhino has to turn around, maybe to block the bomb, that Verted can just Shatter. But using all three ults wouldn't be necessary. Because like I said, bomb Shatter would probably be enough to win this fight, because the Rhine shield is rather going to be broken by the bomb, or by the bomb but then upcoming damage from junk. Or the Reinhardt, like I said, has to turn around to protect the team from the bomb, and Verted can just shatter this. But for example, if Taya would go down too, like, there wouldn't be need to tire then. I don't know how many ults are going to be used in the next fight, but this would be my plan, to just bomb shatter.
Routing power to forward shield.
Fire in the hole!
Also works. Also works. But like Edgy used the Taya very quickly. They couldn't protect it because, or like protect or avoid it because Web was still coming back from spawn. So Edgy got 2 picks. You even get the Zaya. I don't know if you get the other 2 or if they back off. But that is also a good thing because the fight is immediately won. The fight is won. And you can save your 2 ults that you have, Shatter and Bomb, for next fight actually. You can get the Kree, nice. Can you get the Bab, Aaron? No, you can't. Yeah, like I said again, for example, Aaron with the boosters, even though if he maybe doesn't have boosted them for the upcoming fight, which I don't think so, I think you will get booster back until the next fight comes. So if he doesn't have to use up her whole resource, I would just like, I don't know, do a fly to this health pack, like to full HP yourself, or to this one. Makes Effie's job a bit easier.
There's no such thing as ghosts. I hope.
Big Shadow. Shadow's very big. What has to happen now is the complete focus on Lamp. Because if you delete Lamp immediately, you would win this fight. Big. What I would do now is, because there's a mixed type of pickups, is just to the 3 leftover people to come back on point, basically, because it's 3v3 now. Someone of them has to touch probably. I don't know if they touch this whole team or if only one touches, probably the Lucio. And yeah, just back off. All 4 back off the team. Wait till your 2 other people are back, and you would probably win the fight. The only thing that is problematic is the ult advantage that they have in the upcoming fight, because they nearly have all ults upcoming. They have all ults upcoming, and we only have bomb and call. The only thing that would be huge is that Aaron gets an early pick with bomb, but we see. Oh, tires 1.
Overtime. Огонь по готовности.
Nice. Nice. Good job. Good job.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
This was a solid first map. The problem is, not the problem, but what I don't understand is how the enemy team literally lost that fight. Because they had all ults upcoming. They literally had all ults upcoming, but for some reason, like, decided to push. Well, the only one that should have maybe needed to touch was the Lucio. But besides that, everyone else should have just backed off and waited for the Reinhardt to come back, and maybe only the Lucio needed to touch. Because, like I said, they had all ults. They should have won that with all ults. But yeah, still big fight from our team. Double shield Reinhardt, Moira, Soldier. I don't mind it. However, I would still prefer the Baptiste. But it still is a pick of like being comfortable sometimes. Can even be better. Like Baptiste could the better pick here, but if Effie feels way more comfortable on Moira, that can also be a good thing. Yeah, what you should expect from this point is what I hope is that you take top right for your soldier, which you probably will do. But at the same time, Verted, you need to be already considering, in fact, what they're gonna play. And maps like this are very good for Mei. Like, Mei gets outplayed very often when it comes to Brawl on this map. So you already need to be prepared to maybe bait the block. The wall, the block. Jesus, my English. I took a nap, okay? My English is a bit... my brain is still not working properly, but yeah, that you be prepared to maybe bait the wall or even get walled. That's why, for example, Bab would be a preferably better pick, because you could lamp our Reinhardt.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Matteo. Matteo, I know you're Reddit, Lucio, but because of you Redditing right now, they will be probably very more fast. They will be faster on the high ground than our team, because you only amp speed them and they still have to lose you with them to speed. If you don't get an immediate pick, it's kind of a bad decision. I don't know how well John is gonna die, but I don't know how they weren't fast on high ground than you guys. I don't get it. Because they had a speed advantage. But still, like, I need to look at that exactly.
Ready for battle. 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
On me.
Lucky you got out there, dude. I was expecting that you died, John. Not gonna lie. That is very good, actually. She only walled off Effie, but Effie can even get around the wall. This was a very bad wall, actually. Yeah, what you can do here basically is just spam with Aaron onto the enemy and maybe punish anyone that gets out. But of course you need to expect off angles, kinda. Because what I do now is like maybe through some mistake that we do, because I don't have a wall anymore. So maybe just we could lose the fight by going by like overextending. That's maybe the only reason we should lose that fight. Or like not focusing off angles like this one. Because I don't know if Edgy's focusing or seeing the McCree, but that McCree has to probably die. But the McCree is also doing what the enemy team should do. Because what you should expect now that you got the high ground and they fucked up wall is that this team shouldn't try to push top because they don't have anything to push it. They fucked up wall. What they should do is like wait till Verdet is here and then wall him off because Verdet has no escape then. But yeah, it would be stupid if they push high now. What I expect is they just back up and go to point, or even get a little bit out and then drop to point.
The objective is now.
John is doing bits right now. John, you're doing bits right now on Doom. Good job. Yeah, that was a good fight. That was just good fight from us, mistake from the enemy team, because, like I said, they... What is he doing here? My brother, yeah, what should have happened is that they just back up. Like you got the high ground. So what for future situations is if you lose that high ground battle, for example, if you are the enemy team right now and you would be here and the enemy team is already in high ground, just back off. Literally back off, speed your team to like this location right here. So the whole team is on point and directly here. Because through that you have to force the enemy team, at least someone of the enemy team, to drop. Like, they won the high ground, yes, but you are focusing the point. So they have to focus the point too. And then the brawl takes part on lower ground, is what should happen. Just a tip, if you would be in this situation. What I would do here is just take high ground again, basically. Like, what is the reason to go high ground? That you want to win the high ground. So if you win high ground, why not keep it? Why not hold the high ground? Because if you hold high ground, they have to come. Like that sounds so wrong, but they rather have to come up to push you all off the high ground, because if you're on the high ground, Edgy can just spam the shit out of them, and so does Aaron. With Sigma and Kree. Or like I said, what they do then is to just like go kinda here. So the fight has to drop on point. But what is happening now that you give them a chance by standing there that they maybe can speed up like here and take high ground, which would be worse because they have upcoming high noon and probably should get window in that fight too. See the confusion between Matteo and Doom, like John, because they expect you guys to be up there. Like they expect actually that the fight takes up here. What is? Oh, Sombra. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah. See what's happening? Aaron is now alone because I don't know what happened, but you guys were realizing too late that you need to take high ground. So what they can do actually now that Virgil is still on his way up, Aaron probably can't get on high ground anymore. That they just can take high ground very easily. What a team, like the enemy team, does wrong now is that Aaron actually has a comfortable position right now. Because he can just spam their asses from behind. And they're not punishing him for some reason. What the enemy team should do now is that Sombra hacks Aaron and then they just speed on Aaron. And Aaron should probably die. There's the hack. It actually happened. But this was just a miscommunication thing that nobody said, or it was said too late to go back on high ground.
Привет!
What you should think of sometimes too is maybe old combinations. Like you got Fluxum coming and you maybe get High Noon this fight. I would just Flux High Noon at this point. Only problematic situation is that you need to be careful, well at least Aaron. And he needs to be careful that Flux, or like that he doesn't get hacked while doing Flux. Nice heal, nice hack block actually. She couldn't hack. I don't know what is wrong with this right now, because both DPS are on low ground again. Like it's the same guy, it's the same thing you guys did, but now they're doing it. They're not focusing high ground. So you probably yeah, you can just push high ground for free. At least that's what should have happened. Big brute for Matteo, unlucky they survived it. What I would say now, from a team perspective, is like I said, if old tracking comes in, and someone says, okay, they have not used any ults, they should probably have all ults, is that you don't go into this fight with ults. I would do a dry run. Like in my team, like we often do just dry runs, which is we take the fight, especially since it's 39% to 36%, so you don't lose the point or something. It's just do a dry run. Like let them use the ults that I want to use, and you go then the upcoming fight you go on with ults. But the next fight should be that's how I would do it without ults, because no matter which ult combination we do, kinda, if nobody of them fucks up, they should win the fight, because they have literally ult advantage. Even EMP upcoming, so literally have all variety of ults. The only thing that I it would be kind of sad if they use all 6 ults. Which would be better for us if we would do a dry run. Because if we would do a dry run and for some reason they use all 6 ults, we would have a easy next push.
Oi.
Vamos esculachar! Vamos esculachar! Me dê mais
That's what I basically said. We used so old, but they had old advantage. So if we would have done a dry run, they would have used window, sound barrier, and graph. So we would go into the next fight with all our ults, and we don't have the problem of graph, window, and beat. Which makes combinations even better. Aaron, that stun was just unlucky. That is a Sigma thing though. Like you need to take care of that, like your surroundings. Because if you flux against the Kree and the Sombra, of course you need to be certain that the Kree is not in a good enough range to stun you out of flux. And so maybe even call that you're gonna flux, and it's the job of your team to watch Sombra. Because no matter where you are, Sombra will try to hack you. So if you just say, I'm gonna flux, careful of Sombra, that should be enough so that your whole team maybe kinda looks out for Sombra. Because if you watch out for a Sombra, you would actually also kill her. Because like I said, the Sombra wouldn't wait. She wouldn't stay invisible. She would get visible and try to hack Aaron. And that is also a good chance for Edgy, for example, to just stun her and get her out. I don't know how Aaron gets these picks, honestly. And Edgy's on high ground, what is going on?
It's high time.
What I would do right now for the remains that are on point, because somehow Aaron is popping off and just getting picks because the enemy team is stupid, is target calls, because that is what they're struggling with. Let me drink real quick. What they didn't do was target calls, because they won that fight. They won that fight, and all they had to do is focus enemies, which they didn't. And you clearly see it, because Aaron was able to pick 2 or 3 people, I believe. Which shouldn't be happening. It really shouldn't. So what you should do better now is just target calls. Like there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's say 5 on point from us. First target, Baptiste. Second target, Ryan, because he's low already and he has no sort of healing if you kill the Baptiste. And then Lucio for the stall. See, what is happening now is that Baptiste is still alive, and he can somehow just heal up his team still, which shouldn't be happening. Like Baptiste should have died first, and then probably you can kill the Rhine pretty easy. What is gonna happen now is that Sombra's probably gonna EMP. Or not. See, Baptiste is still alive. That is not a thing that should happen. Like, this motherfucker needs to die. Like, he right here, he needs to die.
Overtime.
Like I said, ult tracking is a thing that you should learn as a team, or at least one should learn it, that he watches the ults they're gonna use and they haven't used, so you can, like, it's easier for a team to expect what's coming up now. Because I don't know how long this map is, but
Ready for battle.
I'm so stupid.
Ready for battle.
Oh my god, I hate myself. Oh my god, I hate myself. Fuck. Oh, dude. I'm so sorry. For fuck's sake, man. It's first ball review. It happens. It fucking happens. Oh, dude. But, yeah. As long as I wait, what I wanted to say is... Why did I press touchpad? I hate myself. What I wanted to say is that ult tracking is important in this situation right now, because I wanted to look how long we are into this map. Sombra hasn't used EMP once in that whole fight. Like, she hasn't used EMP once. Why is it not loading? Overwatch, fix your fucking thingies, please. Yeah, what happened? There we go. Let me just speed it up real quick. What should have happened is that you focus the old targets, like you watch which ults they used, and like I said, the Sombra hasn't used EMP once in that whole fight, in that whole map. So what you can do is expect that they're gonna EMP. The Sombra is gonna EMP. There's no denial about that. Like, the next fight they're gonna do is EMP. And if you focus the ults, like track the ults so good, you can also see that they that they still have high noon. What I believe they had. Let me just speed up to that point.
0 to 1. 4 2.
Let me just speed up to this point. I fucking hate myself, dude. Why am I so retarded sometimes?
Привет!
Fucking kill myself. Okay. There we go. Nothing happened. For anyone watching the stream, nothing happened. I just lagged out. Yeah. What we can expect now is probably high noon EMP. This is what should happen right now. So, what we should do as a team is play split. This is literally what we should do. Because if we play split in that situation, the Sombra needs to EMP one certain target, if you get what I mean. She can't get like a 6 people EMP or something if we play split. She can maybe get 2 or 3 people max if we play split. So if we expect EMP, like I said, just play split. You have the possibilities for that. You can have, for example, Verted and Effie protecting the high ground, just for example. Aaron and Edgy can play sort of here, for example, or the other way around, that Verted and Effie kind of hold low ground. Aaron and Edgy are holding high ground with the shield and the Kree. John can even do, and John and Mateo do kind of their own thing, because Mateo's a Red Lucio, John is a Doom. They can do their own thing. And then if you are in groups of 2 people, the Sombra has to make a target. Like, or even she can't decide. She waits until you guys group up, but that's even better for us because we get percentage out. But yeah, this is what probably is gonna happen, and that is what I would recommend if an EMP is upcoming. I don't know if I need to tell you, Mateo, but if EMP is upcoming and you would have beat, play split for your team. Just play far away. Expect the EMP to come. Because, for example, if we play right here, and the team is gonna expect EMP, no matter if we play on high ground, no matter if we play on low ground, like here for example, and we just wait for the EMP to come. You could, for example, just like hide here on Lucio, or even like, I don't know, play like up here when your team is down here, and as soon as EMP comes up, you beat, and then you would counter EMP.
Hello.
With Edgy on Soldier, this what I said would even make more sense. That Aaron and Edgy, for example, sit up here and just like take the high ground control. Edgy has a shield to spam. Aaron can shoot the shots too. And so on's the AMs. No, I'm joking. Yeah, they can just spam from high ground. Would be better. Even better. It's literally what I said. To play split for the upcoming EMP. Mateo and John are doing their own thing. Mateo could maybe, I don't know, even sit with John at this point. Effie and Verted maybe hold lower ground, for example. And Aaron and Edgy with the Soldier Sigma hold high ground. So the Sombra literally has like... The Sombra will sit there and will be like, who the fuck am I supposed to EMP? She will probably EMP our Reinhardt. Preferably, because then you can run down on him. What do we see now? See, this is exactly what I wouldn't want to see. Sombra waits for the EMP, and when she EMPs and Aaron even comes to the team, it's 5 people who get EMP'd. 5 people who are hit by EMP. And if they push in, they should win this fight. Three, two, one. The only thing I would do in this situation, if this happens, this 5-man EMP, and you're up here, immediately drop down. Drop down, not even here, maybe even drop down here. So they literally have like no sort of advantage of the EMP, and they have to kind of hunt you to get a value. Because what you do right now is you're all hacked and you're on point, not even together, like all split up, which makes it easier to get picks for the enemy team. So you guys are even now. What does need to happen is ult focus again. John is probably gonna die. I would be surprised if he survived that again did. But what Edgy is already doing is just... I don't have the comms, unfortunately. Like, that happened in team chat. But I would just, like, scream the Lucio, for example. Basically. Yep, John dies. Soldier dies. They use speed. What is also a possibility is, again, to just back out. They use speed. There's no reason to stall this whatsoever, because if you stall this and lose the fight, like, for example, all 3 of you guys right here die, they win this point immediately. I would just kind of, like, I don't know, back off kind of here, for example, or even here. Because you still have Mateo. Like, I would just back out, and as soon as overtime hits up, I would just speed again on point. But you make it the possibility that, for example, Aaron can come back, and even more people, and you don't lose the fight immediately, because when you all 3 die now, what I don't know if it's gonna happen, or even Mateo's gonna die without launching beat, they win the point. Like I said, this is the problem with not backing out. Mateo died now, Mateo had beat upcoming. You should have just backed out to, like I said, like here, and just wait to speed up again, because you would have beat, you would have call, and you would have flux upcoming, and you have shatter. Like, you could retake the spell, because if you look at their ults, they use sound barrier, they only have window and high noon. You would have 4 ults, they would have 2 ults. You should win this fight then. But what happened here is, as we see, because we didn't back out, that they just got like the leftover picks and win this point.
Draw.
Score 1-1. Ready for battle. Five, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, we got Mora, Lucio again, Ryan, Sigma, and the Creed only changes the Tracer. They have Ball, Sigma, Soldier, Tracer, Lucio, and Moira. So what they are gonna try to do is what we should also try to do is take high ground. I hope we do that. We just go around here. Take that thing up here and hold high ground. Because if we are faster to take high ground, they probably can't take high ground because they have Ball and Sigma. Like, if they would go up here, we would win that. Most certainly win that.
1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Ball is already up there. That's fine though. Big shot, John. Jesus.
The objective is now active.
This was a nice fight because you literally just push them down immediately. You push them down and especially you have the speed. Mateo, I rate the M speed as well. Like you were doing a good job on Lucio right now because all you did was staying with the team, seeing that they only play Sigma and all that shit, and just M speed on them because they switched to Zen. Yeah, because if you look what they're playing, if you just speed up our Rhine on the Sigma, and even for example Edgy, if you like, let's say Sigma was kinda here. Edgy could go as a tracer kinda right side to hold like that angle for example. If the team speeds up on the Sigma from Mega over there and Edgy comes from right side, what happened is, it will happen and happened as well, that Sigma's dead. Because he have no help whatsoever. Nobody that is on this team can protect him. Not the Ball, not the Creed, not the Tracer, and also not their support. The only thing they can do is speed him away. But I don't get why they don't Lucio right now. It doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, what I would do actually right now is play together. I would play together on high ground. It's what I prefer, but it's also fine like this because as long as you play together, they can't do shit. They literally can't do shit. They have a Sigma that can spam. If Ball tries to go in, it's John's task to just stun him. Like for example, if Ball goes in to make an opening with Tracer, for example, John can stun him, Aaron can rock him, and that Ball is dead. At least he should be dead. So what you can do kinda now, there's two possibilities. Do the passive play and watch, for example, their Ball or Tracer do a mistake or go in, so you could just punish it with 2 stun abilities. I just call it the rock stun ability. Don't mind me. Or you do the aggressive part, and like you did in first fight, just speed up on them, like run on them. If they stay like this, they have Lucio and Zen. You can run on them, speed on them, bro. Verted can go ham. They have nothing to protect themselves. The only fucker that can get out is Tracer and Ball. The rest of the team dies immediately. Even with Edgy, for example, taking the right angle, like Lucio's kind of doing his own thing, Tracer's kind of doing his own thing. Zen is also over there, which I literally don't know what they're playing right now. But for example, if they would go, let's call it main, where Aaron goes. Edgy can literally just sit here, like, and annoy them from here, or even take the fight on right side against the Tracer. But like I said, it's two possibilities we have. We rather do the aggressive part, where we wait till they come like in here, and then we just run on them, because they still play Zen Lucio for some reason, which is a biggest throw. Or we play the passive part and wait till they do mistakes, because with this comp they're playing, they will do mistakes. They don't have a different possibility, because like one of them has to make a move for their Sigma to get value. But like I said, but with our comp it's so easy to punish. See? Aaron, be careful. I would go back to your team, Aaron. Like, this whole comp, I would play with your team as much as possible. Because the more you play with your team, the less this comp they are playing have value. This comp only exists for the reason that they hope someone gets distracted or something, and they can kill it. Or someone gets, like, in a bad position, like you're doing right now. Because if they could do, is if they see this, it's just Ball coming from here, focusing you, Tracer coming from here, focusing you, and Kree coming from here, focusing you. And it's 3 different sides that are gonna attack you. And your whole team would have need to peel for you, so you don't die. So yeah, in this situation, just play with your team. Because like I said, the ball was just going in, like driving through randomly. John could have stunned him, you could have rocked him, and that ball should have been dead. But he will grab Mega. Jesus, my English right now. Yeah, same goes for Edgy. Like, no, it's John actually. My bad. Like I said, this whole comp they're playing consists of you guys playing by yourself. Like, if you play by yourself and not staying with your team, you're doing the wrong thing. This whole comp they're playing is just waiting for someone to play by themselves, taking an off angle or like doing something else, and they can punish it. This is literally what the Ball and Tracer is doing right now, and I most certainly think John is gonna die. Good peel from Mateo. Good peel from everyone, actually. John should have been dead there. See? This is what I literally mean with Aaron. Like, he was playing here all by himself, and look how low he is. This shouldn't happen. So, yeah. If they play such a stupid comp, just stay with the team. Because, like I said, they're just waiting for someone doing a mistake from you guys, but they have to engage to get a kill or do damage. So you can just wait it up and wait to punish someone from the enemy team. It's exactly what I kinda said. Because Ball and Tracer are the both people that have to do something in their team. Because, yeah, they're the ones like flanking, taking off angles, while the rest of the team kind of stays together. But like I said, they don't have any sort of peel, any sort of feel or something else with Zen and Lucio. And we have very good counters against them. So what we just do, like I said, is just play the passive play and wait till they engage. Because as soon as they're gonna engage and we are all together, you can punish them so fucking fast. At this point, like, I don't recommend it, Actually, no, I won't recommend it. I was going for say you could even like take the high ground John and just high noon because they only have Sigmaster protection. But you also have Flux upcoming. Like this whole fight right now is because, like I said, they're playing such a stupid comp. This whole map and fight is also old management, what you can basically try. Don't use too much ults in the next upcoming fight. Like Tracer pulse is no problem if Edgy uses pulse because he will get it fast eventually, as it's not such a big like waste of ult. But what you can just do here for the next fight is just basically, for example, Flux High Noon these three people. Because they don't have fucking trance. The only thing they have is maybe the suck ability from Sigma. The grasp, the kinetic grasp is the only thing they have probably. So what you can just do is like combine Flux Noon. Just do Flux and Noon and you would win this. Very easily actually. His shield even broke, so even a better possibility. I mean, it's still gonna be a huge high noon from John. At least I expect it. Like I said, I don't know the comps. Matteo, you will literally have to scream for that Zen, dude. You have to scream that we need to kill that Zen. Because that guy is such a big throw right now to get split up by his team. Like, we're 4 people here, even 5. Hunt that guy down, literally. Don't let Matteo deal by himself. So Matteo, I know you're not that like talkative guy, but just scream fucking Zen. Just scream his name, dude. I know you're a Reddit loser, but like, let the team help you. Because what can happen is that you die. And if you would have just called Zen, then Zen could not just like chill on right side now, and he would have been dead immediately. And we would have 2 picks as an advantage. You would be still alive, and we had Tracer and Zen as a pick, which would mean that we won already the next fight without even fighting, basically fighting the next fight, because they have 2 severely picks. Ball dice 2. It's not like it's not a big throw because we still get the picks, but you just need to understand, Matteo, if you watch this, that if you would have asked for help or called the Zen would have been bad too, and we would have had 3 picks, which like would make it more than easier. Still good from Edgy. Good pulse. Got the Zen though. It's fine then, but it wouldn't have been necessary to use pulse on Zen. Like he could have just died like this too when Matteo was 1v1ing him. If he would have just called the Zen. I don't know, maybe he called him and nobody listened. I don't know. I don't know the comps unfortunately. But yeah, this is my kind of thing, I would want to say. I would even say watch ults, like I said, ult tracking again, but they just playing such a wrong comp that I don't even know what you should focus on, honestly. Like, you would maybe lose 1 fight because they are using all ults, basically, because they are literally using all ults. This fight you maybe lose, but you can even win this with beat. Because, like I said, they had playing such a weird comp. I mean, it's not such a weird comp. It's just that the support picks are horrible. That's the only problem I see here. The support picks are horrible what they're doing. Because they literally have to... What is this general chat? Fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. Jesus. Yeah, because, like I said, they have no sustain whatsoever. They play Zen Lucio. They have no sustain whatsoever. You can just run them down. Mateo? No fucking rest, dude. They switched comms, but they did it so fucking late. They still have the old advantage, but we can sustain it. Because they have Pulse, they have High Noon, and they have Flux. Pulse is a kind of difficult one. They just need to watch. But if they, for example, Flux High Noon too, you can just sound barrier it. You can just beat it. There comes speed. Nice, nice. I was gonna say nice. So what happened here? There goes Flux. There goes Sentinel.
Double kill.
Mateo, even though you use speed, it doesn't make you invincible. Like, it was a good beat, but what should have happened here is that you beat and that you speed our Rhine out. Because what I think, I don't know if you had amp. Let me actually... Where's Mateo? You were already expecting that they use ults, which is good, Mateo, but... If you use speed, there's no reason to use amp at the same time. Especially with High Noon. You can use amp, but I would have waited a second and speed amp then out. Because what happened here is, because you didn't speed amp, is that the crew was still able to get 2 picks. Like, sound barrier was good, the beat was very good. It was, you waited good enough for it. But what just would have happened is, like, how you would have won the fight probably is if you use speed, then used amp speed, and so the Rhino can, like, sit here and the High Noon has no value. But that is just my opinion. It could have been different too. I don't know. It's what I would say right now. In the end, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not bad that we lost the fight. Like I said, it was expected. I said earlier that you probably gonna lose one fight because they're using too much ults. That's exactly what is happening. They only have Pulse now. They use the rest of the ults. They switch to Reinhardt. And we have High Noon upcoming, we have Flux upcoming, we have Shatter, and we probably should get Pulse to next fight. I wanted to say something to Matteo, but I'm so rude. I already said something earlier. But yeah, I think Matteo kinda knows what he did wrong. If I'm right though, maybe I was just looking poorly. I think I don't have to say something to that, Matteo. I don't think I have to. I think you know what happened wrong. But yeah, what you should just do is stay with your team, basically. I know you want to Reddit and it's fine doing that, but not right now. Stay with your team. Yeah, maybe even peel to match the enemy Lucio or to catch up when it comes to beat. But yeah, don't do stuff like this too. It's okay to Reddit, but in certain points. Like for example, if they if you see they use rock and stun, then you're allowed to. But jumping like this in the whole enemy team, I don't know about that. Because what is happening now is that you kind of gave the opening pick for the enemy team. And even very easily. Like, they didn't need it to do a lot to get that pick, which is not that good. What I would just do here in that situation is just back out. Literally. Bird hit Effie, go right side, out here. Edgy back out too. John just go like more to the left and wait here. And then you all just wait for Aaron and Matteo to come back. Because like I said, you guys have the ult advantage right now. You guys have the ult advantage right now. What you should, by having the ult advantage, what you should do the least is giving them ult charge. This is the thing that you should do if you shouldn't, like what you shouldn't do if you have ult advantage. Don't give them a lot of ult charge. Because you already have all of your 5 ults, basically. So there is no reason. Like, you are all on 90%, nearly, when it comes to your ults. So there is no reason to, I don't know, peak that so severely. Like, peak main, for example. There's no need. You can just wait until your whole team is there, and then just rush them with ults. Because, like I said, you have the advantage. And for example, if you engage on the fight and be ready to use ults, even the ones that don't have ults will get it. Because like I said, you're all on 90%. Like, you don't have to peak that hard to get it. It doesn't make sense. All it does is that the enemy team can maybe get counter ults. It's basically what I said. It's kind of unfortunate that they still pushed you guys, but it was still the best decision. Jesus, my English, dude. The best decision to just back out. So what you should just do now is just push all as a unified force. Because you still have, they don't have ults. You have the ult. You have 5 ults upcoming. What you just need to do is ult management. Like, say which ults you're gonna use. Fucking hell, dude. And you will most certainly win the fight. Because they, besides from Lamb, they have nothing to protect themselves. Aaron? What was that grasp for? What happened here is that you didn't wait for your Orion, guys. This is, like I said, you need to go as a unified force, and the unified force also means that you wait for your Orion. Because your Ryan is the main person in front of the team. If Ryan is not in front of the whole team, you need to wait. Because if you don't, this is things that can happen. That he literally gets a 6-man shadow now. No, not 5-man, sorry. Good reactions from Verta though. If you counter charge too now, I'm very impressed. Good stun.
It's
Literally what happened, what I said. You have the ult advantage. You will win this fight. And that's exactly what you guys are doing right now. What the fuck? Okay, apparently the votes are over for some reason for first map. I hope that you guys won. I don't know for some reason. What the fuck? I hope you guys won that fight. But yeah, the things I basically give you guys. I'm gonna take a little break and then I'm gonna review second map. Play more. Like if you play Orion, play more as a unified force. This is what I give to you, and kind of look what the enemy team is playing. For example, at this situation, and expect what is gonna happen. They are playing Ball and Tracer. The Ball and the Tracer are not gonna brawl with the Sigma. That is not gonna happen. Like the Ball and the Tracer will at some point try to go for your backline or like be on an off angle or something or engage from an off angle. So just expect such things. Because like I said, they won't gonna play with their team when they're on Ball Tracer. They just certainly won't. Especially with a Sigma and everything. They're just not gonna do that. Especially with a Zen. If they play a Zen too, not maybe with a Lucio because that was such a big throw, Jesus. But with a Zen as well, they will try to benefit from the Discord op as much as possible. Because this combination is literally what makes this comp kind of strong. Is that Ball and Tracer engage, Zen calls the Discord target. But like I said, this is things that you can expect. If they're playing Ball Tracer, for example, but with a fucking weirdo Sigma, Kree, and Lucio or some shit, you can just expect that they are gonna go for your backline, come from your backline, come from an off angle. And what you should also learn is know when to back out. Like, don't fight fights too long. Because if you have 2 or 3 people lost, there's no reason to fight it. There's a reason to stall the point, for example. You can stall the point, but if you can get out, I would most certainly do it. Because if you can get out alive, you can group up even faster. And you can take the second fight without them getting much percentage. So, but overall, I'm proud. It was a good map. You guys did all good. There were just some mistakes. Like I said, if I was mean to someone or something, if someone feels I was mean, don't think I'm mean. Please, I'm just looking at the gameplay and I'm coaching from a perspective as if I don't know you guys. Because I think that's the best way basically. Because then, if I don't like kind of watch what I'm saying, I'm gonna coach the best. That's what I'm assuming at least. Because if I don't watch what I'm saying when it comes to mistakes from you guys, I'm gonna be the most honest one and say what went wrong and why. But it's not in a bad way that I said it. Like I still love you guys. Yeah. With that being said, I'm gonna take a little break and then I'm gonna review second map.